Remove what quietly drains you. Sometimes the most exhausting part of life is not what you do, it's what you continue to tolerate. There are people, habits, and environments that slowly drain your peace without you even realizing it. You may not be in constant conflict, but you often walk away from certain interactions feeling tense, uncertain, or smaller than before. This quiet exhaustion builds over time, and eventually, you start to confuse it with your normal state of being. The Stoic philosophers often reminded us that peace does not come from adding more to our lives, but from carefully removing what no longer supports our growth. Seneca once said, "Associate with those who make you better and welcome those you can make better." His words remind us that healthy connection is not about loyalty to everyone you meet, but about the mutual exchange of growth and respect. It's important to understand that protecting your peace does not always mean cutting people off or creating conflict. It can be as simple as adjusting the distance between you and others, being kind but not overly available, being present but not constantly accessible. Some relationships require new boundaries, not endings. You can still wish people well without giving them unlimited access to your time and emotions. When you start paying attention, you'll notice small patterns. You might realize that after talking to certain people, you feel anxious or doubtful, while others leave you calm and inspired. These feelings are quiet teachers. They show you who adds peace and who takes it away. Listening to these signals is not selfishness, it's self-awareness. Growth often feels uncomfortable because it requires you to make choices that protect your energy. You might feel guilty at first for saying no or for creating space, but over time, you'll learn that a calm mind is more valuable than constant approval. A peaceful life begins with clarity, knowing who truly supports your well-being and who unconsciously drains it. You don't need to explain your boundaries or justify your peace to anyone. Simply live in a way that feels balanced and kind. When you protect your peace, you protect the quality of your thoughts, your emotions, and your entire life. To stop reacting to everything. Many people wake up already tired, not because of physical work, but because their mind is constantly reacting. Every message, comment, or disagreement feels personal. Every opinion becomes a reason to explain, defend, or justify. Over time, this constant reaction steals your inner calm. You become alert to everything but at peace with nothing. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we cannot control what others say or do, but we can control how we respond. He said, "If someone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses for what is said about you. Respond only, 'He did not know my other faults,' or 'he would not have mentioned only these.'" His words reflect emotional maturity, the ability to stay centered even when others misunderstand you. In today's world, people feel pressure to react instantly. Someone disagrees and you feel the need to prove your side. Someone criticizes you and you feel the urge to explain. But not everything needs a reply. Silence is not a loss. It's a form of wisdom. It means you are choosing peace over unnecessary arguments. When you stop reacting to everything, you begin to save your energy for what truly matters. You learn to observe without immediate judgment. This does not mean you ignore life or accept disrespect. It means you choose which moments deserve your voice and which ones are better met with stillness. Try to notice what triggers your reactions. Is it pride, fear, or the need to be understood? Once you identify these triggers, you start gaining power over them. The goal is not to become emotionless, but to respond with thought instead of impulse. A calm response often says more than a loud one. It allows others to see that your peace is not controlled by external events. When you choose not to react, you protect your emotional balance and show quiet strength. Remember, not every situation needs your attention, and not every opinion deserves your response. Let your silence speak where words only create noise. True confidence is not proven by constant defense. It's shown by consistent calm. The less you react, the more control you have over your inner world. 3. Let go of borrowed goals. Many people spend years chasing goals that never truly belong to them. They study a subject, pursue a career, or live a lifestyle because someone else expected it, not because it spoke to their own values. This quiet mismatch between what we do and what we truly want often leads to a sense of restlessness. You may appear successful to others, yet still feel unfulfilled inside. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius offered a guiding question. Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? These words invite us to pause and reflect. Are the goals we chase necessary for our peace, our growth, and our sense of purpose? Or are they simply borrowed from the expectations of family, society, or comparison with others? Living by someone else's definition of success often brings temporary satisfaction, but lasting emptiness. The finish line looks impressive, but when you cross it, there's no sense of meaning. You realize that the race wasn't yours to begin with. Stoicism reminds us that freedom begins when we align our actions with our inner values, not with outside approval. Letting go of borrowed goals doesn't mean giving up. It means reevaluating. Ask yourself, what activities make me feel alive and at peace? What work feels meaningful even when no one is watching? What goals reflect who I truly am, not who I'm trying to impress? These questions bring you closer to an authentic path. It's natural to feel uncertain when you step away from expectations that once defined you. But that uncertainty is not failure. It's the beginning of self-discovery. When you stop chasing goals that are not yours, you make space for genuine purpose to grow. The Stoics believed that happiness is found in living according to one's nature. That means building a life that reflects your values, not external rewards. It's not about how much you achieve, but about whether what you achieve truly matters to you. In the end, the goals that give peace are not the ones that impress others, but the ones that align with your inner truth. A life built on borrowed dreams may look full, but a life built on your own purpose feels complete. 4. Find peace beyond emotional highs. Many people today live in constant search of emotional excitement. They move from one distraction to another. New goals, new relationships, new experiences, hoping each one will bring lasting happiness. But when the excitement fades, they feel empty again and begin searching for the next high. This endless cycle makes peace feel distant, as if it only exists in moments of intensity. The Stoics, however, taught a different kind of strength, the strength of steadiness. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, said, "Man conquers the world by conquering himself." This means learning to stay balanced even when life feels quiet. It means being content without needing constant stimulation or emotional drama to feel alive. Emotional highs can feel wonderful, but they are not sustainable. Real peace is built in ordinary moments, in routines, in patience, and in quiet progress. When you depend on excitement to feel good, you give your stability away to external conditions. But when you learn to enjoy calmness, you build a deeper kind of happiness, one that doesn't disappear when life slows down. It's natural to enjoy joyful moments and emotional connections. Stoicism doesn't ask us to reject pleasure or feelings. It simply reminds us to avoid dependence. There's a difference between appreciating joy and needing it to function. True freedom is when you can find calmness even without external highs. Try to observe your own patterns. Do you feel restless when life becomes still? Do you look for something to fix, chase, or feel excited about whenever things get quiet? These moments are opportunities to practice balance. Instead of seeking another high, practice staying present. Breathe, reflect, and let stillness strengthen you. Peace is not a dull state. It's the foundation of clarity and wisdom. When your emotions stop controlling your direction, you begin to see life more clearly. You make choices not from impulse but from understanding. Consistency, though often seen as ordinary, is one of the greatest powers a person can develop. A stable mind creates a stable life. You don't have to live in constant motion to feel alive. Sometimes the most meaningful growth happens in quiet stability. 5. Begin now. Not later. One of the quietest ways people lose years of their lives is by waiting. Waiting for the right time, the perfect plan, or a moment when everything feels easier. We often tell ourselves, "I'll start when things calm down," or "I'll begin when I feel ready." But life rarely provides a perfect moment. Time continues to move, and so do opportunities. The longer we wait, the more distant our goals become. The Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus once said, "If you accomplish nothing now, you will accomplish nothing later, for the later will be exactly like the now." His message is simple but powerful. Who you are becoming is built through what you do today, not what you plan to do tomorrow. Change doesn't begin with perfect conditions. It begins with imperfect effort. We often imagine that motivation or inspiration must appear before action. But in truth, action creates motivation. When you take small, consistent steps, even when you're unsure, you begin to build momentum. Each small action reminds you that progress is possible, and that alone creates strength. Starting now doesn't mean rushing or forcing change. It means acknowledging that life happens in the present. The future is shaped not by big promises but by quiet choices made each day. You don't need to have everything figured out to move forward. You just need to begin. Gently, patiently, and consistently. Waiting for the perfect moment is comforting because it feels safe. But growth rarely happens in comfort. It happens when we take one small step despite uncertainty. You don't need to be fearless. You only need to be willing. Every great change begins with an ordinary decision to start. The Stoics taught that time is one of our most precious resources. Once spent, it cannot be reclaimed. So use today and not tomorrow to align with what truly matters. Whether it's building a habit, healing a relationship, or learning something new, begin now. Progress is not about speed. It's about direction. Even small movement forward is valuable. Don't wait for life to slow down before you live it. Begin where you are, with what you have, and let your consistent effort become your path to peace.